He had his hands around my neck, and he was banging my head on the carpet.
So you had sex behind closed doors, and he beat you behind closed doors.
A lot of women have no proof of physical abuse because they haven't reported.
Why not just break up with him?
I liked him, so I wasn't going to break up with him.
I'm game for like almost everything you come up with.
Would it be fair to say that he had an all-access pass to your body?
Yes. I wanted to do what he wanted to do.
You're bad. You make me feel so dirty.
This week, Jodi Arias' defense team tried to convince jurors again that her ex-boyfriend, Travis Alexander, abused her. Psychotherapist and domestic violence expert Alice LaViolette testified. She says Travis Alexander's friends told Jodi that he had a history of abusing women. HLN host Vinnie Politan, criminal defense attorney Joey Jackson joined me now. Good to see you both.
Good to see you.
Vinnie, I'll start with you. Is this all hearsay? This is coming from Jodi's mouth, and she's been proven a liar.
Yeah, well, this is the biggest problem they have. These experts, they have to rely upon what Jodi Arias is telling them. They have to believe her to a certain extent. And I don't know, from the way the jury was questioning Jodi Arias, I don't think the jury believes her. So that's a huge obstacle in this case.
Yeah, it's a huge issue. Joey, 18 days on the stand, and what I didn't see from her, we don't know if she was abused. She's saying she was. I never saw fear or got the sense from her that she was afraid.
And that's the critical point, because you could have any expert witness testify, and this has been a good one, Vinny. I think this expert witness has been pretty credible.
She hasn't been cross-examined yet.
Right, she hasn't been cross-examined. But even if this expert talks about abusive patterns and everything else, this expert has to get to what you bring up, Susan, fear. That at the critical moment, irrespective of whether you were abused, were you in such fear that it justified the killing? I haven't seen that yet. That's the problem.
LaViolette, though, the expert, says usually domestic violence situations aren't reported to police. We've heard that before. Listen to her.
A lot of women have no proof of physical abuse because they haven't reported. You're not wanting to get your partner in trouble, so you don't make the report. You don't tell anybody. You don't, and you lie about what happened in a medical report.
All right, that is a strong point to bring up. But not only did she not report it, Vinny, but we heard sex tapes where it seems as though she's going along with Travis.
Yeah, and the other part of this is this relationship, when they were dating, they didn't live in the same state. They didn't live together. They didn't cohabitate. When they got together, all these pictures we see, these are trips that they took together. I mean, it's made up. It's made up because she had one story she couldn't go with. She had the second story she couldn't go with. This is all they were left with. And that's why I think real domestic violence victims should be insulted by what's happening in that courtroom. And I, you know, that's my point of view, my perspective, me judging her on what she has said.
And I have heard that they are insulted, saying, look, this gives the people who are abused a bad name. Let's talk about the jurors, Joey. They have a lot of work to do. Do you think deliberations will be hard? Think about her testimony on the stand. When we see flashbacks to Jodi Arias on the stand, I even forget what she said. How do you keep this all together?
Well, you know, I think this is unique. Why? Because they get to participate, Susan. They're asking questions constantly. What does it do? It focuses them. In other jurisdictions, like New York, we have to wait for juror questions till they're deliberating. Then they come out with it. So I think it really keeps them in tune to the process. I think it narrows their thinking, not in a bad way, but just focuses them on what specifically they're concerned about. So when they get to the deliberation room, I think they're all maybe on different pages, but of, you know, similar mind with regard to what's important.
Yeah, it is a unique situation. The jurors really getting to participate. And, guys, this is far from over. We have a long way to go.
Far from over.
Far from over. What is it? I mean, are we in April yet? I don't even know what.
What month is it? What time is it?
It might be June before this thing ends.
I mean, it could go till May.
Wow.
It
all right,
could.
Vinnie
We'll
Politan, Joey Jackson, thank you.
A pleasure, Susan. Always.